We'll be back from the break here in our topic of discussion today, mainly the Uganda Revenue Authority Thursdays, where we discuss more taxation matters, but pretty much the time when today we look at return filing. But before that, just to quickly remind you, Zabo is a platform available for you to kickstart off your investment journey. Use the USSD code *292# if you are an MTN subscriber, and then you will quickly start off your investment journey. The markets are already open. They do open at 8:15 a.m. That is on the Zabo platform. Do remember, if you have no account yet, you can use your NIN to register, and after registration in the next 24 hours, which is tomorrow, you will be able to invest in bond securities and purchase more stocks available on the platform, which is powered by Altex East Africa. Zabo says my money, my future. The markets open at 8:15 a.m. and close at 3:15 p.m. East African Standard Time. Do something new. That is what Altex East Africa reminds you, of course. But remember, these markets are only closed on public holidays and during weekends. So the other working days, you'll be able to invest in bonds and securities. Zabo, my money, my future. Altex East Africa reminds you to do something new today. So that is something that you should be looking forward to at the end of it all during this festive season, which is kicking in, and we're already excited about it. And now, returning to our topic of discussion, which is mainly rotating around return filing. I'm still with Mr. Kayondo Twaha from the domestic taxes of department, I would say, from the Uganda Revenue Authority. Now, besides the situation, we've actually mentioned the fact that most of the small enterprises or people dealing in small enterprises kind of business do not have a challenge with keeping records.
Definitely.
So why is it so important to keep these records, not only from the perspective of the taxman, but also for the business person?
Actually, the benefits that are enormous accrue on the side of the business person. You realize that you don't keep records. For example, if you're earning income from various or different sources, sourcing income from different sources, at the end of the day, you may not remember where, from which company you earned so much, from which employer you earned so much. And therefore, this will, in the end, when you're filing your income tax return, become a challenge. One, you may forget the tax credits that were withheld from the withholding tax that was withheld from you, from the people who are paying you. Yet they are supposed to be used to reduce on the tax to be paid, because it's an advance payment. It's a tax credit from withholding tax. And then the deductible expenses, some of them will not be allowed because you can't really have evidence against them before the taxman, and that will affect you when you have filed your return, and perhaps may cause an audit into your business for the declarations you will have made the taxman. But also you realize that distinguishing income from the various sources. When you distinguish income from the various sources, this will help you to have, you realize that you prove that some income perhaps is not taxable. Not all income that comes in
is
may be taxable. But if you don't have any evidence, and the evidence should be in records, then you may not be able to convince any taxman that this income was earned, but it is not taxable. So that's a disadvantage of clients. Talk about clients, it's a better word. I don't always want to call them taxpayers, because really taxpayers, it puts them, but they're my clients. So when my clients come and are presenting and they don't have the evidence in the question to back up what they're talking, it becomes a problem. Yes. Yet the advantage will come when they have these records. Therefore, things will be clear cut. See, an expense, it's not domestic in nature. It was an expense that was done, or that was performed in regard to generating the income in question. Allow the deduction, because the evidence is there, clear cut. If you don't have, I may assume that the deduction you're putting in there was domestic in nature, and then the expense is disallowed, and it will slumped back on your gross profits to form chargeable income. Yes. Then you also realize that it is important because it helps you to assess your business performance. You have records, you will be able to compare performance of, say, last year, December, the peak season, around during, were we still in COVID? I don't know.
Yeah, so last year we were still.
Yeah, so you'll be able to look at the December in COVID and the December post-COVID. How have I performed? What must we do? What strategies must we use to improve in our, say, present financial position in comparison with the previous? If the previous one was, say, in a positive quantity. And then you realize that for business planning and financing, if you have records, it will be, for example, so easy for you to walk into a financial institution, say Stanbic, ABSA, United Bank of Africa, and you source a loan. Because they will want to look at your performance. Nobody wants to deal with someone who is, which word should I use? Someone who is not serious. And you say you want to get 40 millions, then when you look at your business, you're a joker. So these banks will work to look at those different records to see if you are a potential business partner to partner with, other than them risking their money and you become elusive and they lose out because they were dealing with a joker in business. This question. So these records are the ones that will be clear-cut to show that, yes, I am performing so much, I have gross sales of this, I expense so much, and I'm always in a profit position. Because really, if you are in a loss position, it also worries the banker. Where will you get the money? Meaning that we are going to give you our money, and then this money will also be consumed in the vicious cycle of losses you're making. Okay. Yes, so you realize that there is also good health for your business
when you are keeping these records.
Yes, good for records prevent problems. If a URA person comes and everything is at your fingertips, you have evidence, then you want to source a tax clearance and do business, say, with the government, you'll be in good records. And that's the good health for your business I'm talking about. Joram and the viewers out there, you know very well that the PPDA requires that if you're to do business with any government agency, you must be in the good books of the taxman. And how do you get in the good books of the taxman is through having a good business health record that comes with you are having been able to keep proper, accurate, and reliable records, which you use to file the returns, which returns will be reviewed by the URA person or the taxman and declared fit. They are declared fit, then, hey, why not? A TCC is granted, and it's a tool that will be used to drive business when you get these much needed contracts. Yes. Okay. So this all rotates around records.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, in an event whereby people are returning files, what are some of the shortcomings that you've been able to note as the revenue collectors that people have been sending to you, that these are some of the things that have made it very difficult for us to file the returns, that have been very challenging to them?
pretty often individuals are human, they are not computers.
True.
And we are saying we are dealing with the computers. These computers require passwords. So, Joram, if you ask someone who filed, say, a return in June, which was, say, who filed a provisional return or filed a payee return, say, in January, he has not been filing any other return. Chances are 96% that this person will not be able to
file a return,
log in.
Okay.
Yeah, will not be able to access their login credentials because we are humans. Our memory has a span, and the password is not something you keep on memorizing and practicing and revising. You only use it when you need it. I want to file a return. So we have a challenge. The clients always have a challenge that they get locked logins because the passwords are invalid. And this becomes a challenge, meaning they are unable to log in to do the filing business. And so they must now get to the taxman, either through a phone call or, but most importantly, we have a very simplified channel where one is able to amend, where one is able to ask for a change of a password. Password reset. You get the web portal. Of course, the TIN is permanent. You have it even pinned in your business because you have a TIN certificate. So the moment you have that TIN, that is your login ID. Meaning, if you have the login ID, the password is the one that is missing. So you'll go to the portal, you click login, and then you'll go to is always on the left side when you're facing the computer, and up there you will see I have no access, forgot password, got security question, I have no passcode, then I don't have a portal account. Those are the different words you'll find there. So the option here should be I forgot password and security question. Because if you only forgot password, but you remember the security question you said, then you'll go and have forgot password. Then they will ask you for the security question.
If you still have it.
If you still have it. But if you don't have it, you now go for the option of forgot password and security question. That will take you to a dialog box or the window that will pop up that will require you to have the email you used when you were registering your TIN or the current email, because even the emails are forgotten, the passwords are forgotten. So we keep on having amendments to change email. So you will put the email that is working with your TIN, the corresponding email that is attached to your TIN, and hey, you will have to be requested to submit. There is a submit button. Click on it, and we shall let you know by computer that your password or your TIN login credentials have been reset, and a link to reset this password has been sent to your email. Why do I ask for the email? Remember, because it should be the one you have access to. So you go back to your email, log in, and you will find us already there with an email that comes from services at URL. And as you access that email, you click on the link, and a default password will resubmit. Another email will pop in your login, in your inbox, that will have a default password. And hey, this will be the key for you now to log in for the first time. So you'll go back to the login credentials on the web portal, key in your TIN, which is your login ID, where they say put in the login ID, which is the TIN, and now look at the default password that has been sent when you reset the link. It is always 8 digits or 8. It's 8 digits. and it always has a special character. So it can be X46Y apostrophe kind of small capital V, small L. So you key it in and submit. That will now be your old password. Then you put in the password you feel will be yours. The way we go to the bank with an ATM and they give us a default password, and they tell you when you enter there, please reset to what you think will be your top security. This is what we do here. So now you log in, set your password. Perhaps Joram at 2020. Should be 8 characters. It should have a capital letter and a special character. For example, now your password can be Joram with a capital J, then the rest are small letters, and then @ which is a special character, and a number 2022. And that's your password. So you can write it in your notebook. Of late, we have things that we can use to keep our passwords. We have smartphones. You go and hide it somewhere in your documents. So you will be able now to log in. And usually, many taxpayers wait until the last day to file their returns. Yes, and this causes network challenges. Because there's a lot of traffic. Because the infrastructure is designed to have yes, but now all of them will wait up the 11th hour
to start filing.
And guess what? Trust me.
We've not mentioned of the penalties there.
These are computers. Challenges will come in. And of course, the penalties will set in. You can't say that the day I came to file the return, the computers were not working or I experienced so much. You've had time. It's a monthly return from the first date, the 14th. Why do you wait for the very last day? So my argument and my appeal to the viewers out there who are our tax, I always desist from using the word fails.
Okay.
I want to go the other way to say professional, our clients.
Okay.
They are our clients. We must serve them delightfully. So our clients out there, you're reminded that don't wait for the 11th hour. Because when you wait for the 11th hour, these are computers. The infrastructure is still in Africa.
Yeah, okay.
Even in the top first world, Joram and I, if we were mature enough, if you can remember what happened during Bush and Al Gore.
I wasn't too.
The computers from America, which is top, failed. And if the viewers out there can remember so well, they had to go manual. They say now the computers, things have refused.
Well, we can all agree with the fact that if it's a computer, it's something that we do not have control.
So why bring that kind of example is to cement the appeal to the clients that let us not always wait
for the last hour.
To come and
file these
returns. Otherwise, these computers will inconvenience you and you will end up in a penalty position.
Okay, thank you. Now, as we're heading into the festive season, I believe some business people have already closed. Then the others are also planning to remain opening. Then the others are already opening and transactions are ongoing. Just in case they have any issues with to do with tax mobilization or any information regarding tax, what do they need to do as we're summing up with our discussion today?
We have various channels where they can reach us at URL.
Okay.
First of all, we make sure that when our clients are looking for us, they don't incur a cost.
So it is free of charge.
So yes, it's free of charge. So we have toll-free lines that I want to highlight them, and they should really take note of them and appreciate them and use them whenever they have a challenge. And the first line, which is a toll-free line, is 0800 11 7000 or 7000. And the other one is 0802 17 0 0 0 0. Okay. Joram and the clients, our dear clients at URA out there, we must move with technology. URA has repositioned that we must use technology to be a client-focused government agency that strives to delight our clients. If there is WhatsApp, why not URA? So you realize that at URA we have a WhatsApp line, and with this line, we shall not dictate the language you use. The moment you get to us, you choose the language you want to use. And guess what? We shall get an expert in that language to engage you and resolve your query instantly. Say you are from the central region and you're well conversant with Uganda, you will choose, say, option 1. You may choose option 2, English. You may choose Swahili. We are in the East African community where Swahili is the most predominant language used. You can say, I'm going to use Runyakitara. We shall be at your side via WhatsApp. And your query will be resolved instantly because you're engaged with a taxman in real time. Then also, we can't remain patient. I mean, we are in a season, or we are in an era of social media. We have a Facebook page. We also have a Twitter handle. And our Twitter handle is at URA Uganda. We have YouTube channel where we have videos, and that is YouTube URA page. We have lots of instructional videos there. We shall take you through how to file a return with demonstration on live. We shall take you through how to file an income tax return, a VAT return, how to say if you've been assessed and you're not in agreement with what has been assessed, how to handle an objections and appeal process at URA, because it is the right of the client to appeal an assessment in the event that they are not in agreement. Those videos are on our YouTube channel. But also, Joram and viewers out there, URA is striving to get as close as possible to the clients. This means that we are trying to spread all over. Many new offices have been opened. The person who was coming from Mbende to have a nearest office of URA as Mitiana, we are saying no. We have an office in Mbende now. The person who was hitting the tarmac from Kamuli to Jinja, we are saying stay in Kamuli. At URA, we have an office in Kamuli. So we have offices spread up all over the country. We have Jinja in the eastern region, just immediately after the Nile. We have, as you continue, you'll find us in Iganga, have an office there to serve our dear clients. But we can't allow someone from Tororo now to drive to come to Iga. We say no. Tororo, let's put an office. See the closeness? And from Tororo to Busia, we have an office. We have 24 working border posts. Malaba, Busia, Nimule. When you get to Bunagana on the western axis, we have Chanika for Rwanda, we have Miramar Hills, we have Raba border in the north, we have Mutukula for Tanzania, and we have around the lake, because the lake is spread all over the region. So we have the inland offices that handle custom things around the lake. When you reach Mbale, we are there in the eastern. You leave Mbale, you go through Sebei, then we shall find you in Soroti. We have a Soroti office. Then from Soroti, shall go through, and then we have reached almost Napak. You know where Napak is? That's Moroto. Yes, we have an office in Moroto at URA. Then from there, you cross and come to the north. We have an office at Lida. You can cross from there, you use a Maram Road and you traverse.
We expect these offices to be open during the festive season.
They are open only on the public holiday of Christmas.
That is when they will be.
But 24th, we shall be working. So you go to Lida, then you'll find us in Kitigu. We have an office. That handles Padel and all those districts around there. From there, you drive to Guru. URA is there. Cross to Nebi. Before you cross to West, when you get to Nebi and now you are in West Nile, you will find you are at Nebi, you'll find you are at Arua. We have an office in Koboko.
Okay.
We have an office in Moyo. And then if you come to the central here, we have a very new baby office, Boulevard, just opposite post office. Fully flat. One stop at URA. Then we have an office just opposite Gaddafi, old Kampala Mosque. That is Kampala South, that was formerly around Finance Trust Catway. We have moved for a better, spacious, big, to accommodate many clients, but also to move near to our clients of Seka and the Central Business District. In the western axis, of course, not forgetting the Chaliwajala, Mukono, Natete, Nansana offices. We are all there. But then when we went to the western and midwestern, in Hoima, we are there. Masindi, we are there. Now you come, drive through Masindi, through Chinyala Sugar, you come to Bukomero, and then you will find us from Chenjojo around Fort Portal. You go to Kasese, we are there. So you see how we are spreading and reducing the distance for a client to move and find at URA.
Yes.
Mbarara, we are there. Ushenyi Ishaka, we are there. Ibanda, we have an office. And Rukunjiri, why not?
Oh.
And lastly, yes.
Many thanks for joining us again this Thursday. That is Mr. Twaha Kayondo Mlangira from the Domestic Taxes Department at the Uganda Revenue Authority. And he was taking us through filing returns, return filing for you as a business person as well. I do hope you've got all that matters. And if you've missed the discussion from where we started, you can go into our YouTube channel, Smart24 TV Live, to catch it up again and review how return filing is done, what are the basics in it, and basically to understand more about it as we're heading into 2023. This is Smart Means Business. We do return with the Smart Means Business on ground, but of course, more discussions regarding taxation. We'll be back next week, Thursday. Stick around to Smart24.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you.